there were many small villages. We lived in a small village. We were the only Jewish family. The school consisted of 2 rooms, village school, for 8 years.
Wow.
I was the only Jewish student. A priest came to teach his parishioners catechism.
You were the only Jewish student,
Yes, but
you weren't.
The teacher was sympathetic to my parents and me. He excused himself. The day the priest came, the priest was in charge of both classrooms. He combined them. The teacher took me into his yard where the bee colony, his honey bee colony was.
Oh.
He worked on the bees, and that taught me a new system of beekeeping.
Was this the first time you started learning about beekeeping?
Well, no, my father was a beekeeper, but in fall, the bees do not hibernate, but they get into a bunch, keep each other warm. That's how they survive the winter in their hive.
Right.
However, father's hives were the old-fashioned, made out of hollow trees. And in fall, the only way he could get the benefits of beekeeping was to kill the bees. He would put in light a sheet of sulfur.
Oh.
The poison killed every living bee in the hive.
And that's how we got the honey?
Then harvested the honey and the wax.
Mm-hmm.
The Christian people used in that area honey Christmas, the food and celebration, whatever. So that's when in fall he would lift heavy one. Oh, this one will have a lot of honey. Kill them, have the benefit of it. But that's a false.
Right, because then you don't have any bees for the next year.
Yeah, for next year. And if you kill the good producing ones,
right,
you're hurting yourself. So I took measures of the beehive, of the hives that the teacher had. My siblings, the older ones,
right,
took a trunk of a tree to the sawmill. Sawmill would make planks out of it, and a different tree we would cut down to make the forms for the you have
like the beehive boxes.
Yes, you have seen. Although the honey comes in little, I'll have to show you a picture, and I don't have the time for that today. In other words, the bees would make the honeycombs into the frames that you provided them with.
Right. And that was the new system that you learned.
Yes, I learned that from the teacher. And I did that till I came to America and left it.
And how old were you when you came to America?
19 and a half years old. Never. First time I touched a telephone.
Really?
Not until I came to America. That's just how primitive the life was.
And you were the first of your family?
No.
No. Who came over first?
My first two born. An uncle of mine who lived in the Detroit area came to Austria-Hungary to try to influence my father to bring his family to America. But he came clean-shaved, and made a mistake by mentioning that he also works on Shabbos. That's the only way he can support his family. My father said, that's not for me. This is nicht for mir.
Yeah.
Well, uncle did not. So uncle went back to America, and father was inducted into Austria-Hungary's army and served for 5 years without a furlough. So there were 5 years between a sister, Sylvia, that's Phyllis's mother,
Right.
and Stanley's mother, Stanley Weiss. The names may mean something to you. Okay. So there were 5 years age between